shunt around here, boys and girls.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention for the honorary conferring ceremony, and really appreciate your patience and attention. Minister Chambers, President, Vice President, members of Council, past Presidents, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chancellor of the NUI, Deputy Vice Chancellors, Deans, faculty, fellows and members, and distinguished guests, a very warm welcome to RCSI on this, the 242nd anniversary of the foundation of RCSI by Royal Charter. We're going to commence the proceedings of the award of Honorary Fellowships of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, our highest honour, upon two distinguished guests this evening. I'm truly delighted to welcome Dr. Donald Berwick and Professor Antonino Spinelli. I'd now like to invite Professor David Healy, Member of Council of RCSI, to come forward and read the citation for Dr. Donald Berwick, President Emeritus and Senior Fellow of the Institute for Healthcare Improvement and former Administrator for the Centres for Medicare and Medicaid Service of the United States.
Minister, President, members of Council, fellows and members of the Royal College and honoured guests. It is with great conviction that we propose Dr. Donald Berwick for Honorary Fellowship at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Dr. Berwick is an internationally respected physician, scholar and leader whose work has profoundly shaped modern healthcare quality, safety and improvement. A prolific writer, thinker, his early interests were reflected in his first book, Cholesterol, Children and Heart Disease, which signalled a lifelong concern with population health and prevention. Born in New York and raised in Connecticut, Dr. Berwick has been educated in Massachusetts and is very much a New Englander. He graduated from Harvard Medical School, trained and worked as a pediatrician in Boston Children's Hospital, and also completed a master's degree in public policy at Harvard's John F. Kennedy School of Government. He has held academic appointments as clinical professor of pediatrics and healthcare policy at the Harvard Medical School and professor of health policy and management at the Harvard School for Public Health. His growing understanding of the challenges inherent in healthcare delivery led to a pioneering focus on quality improvement. This was articulated in his influential book, Curing Healthcare: New Strategies for Quality Improvement. In 1983, he became Vice President for Quality of Care Management at Harvard, introducing quality improvement methodologies from the aeronautics industry and from manufacturing into healthcare, an approach that would transform the field. In 1991, Dr. Berwick founded the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, which he led for 19 years. Grounded firmly in the science of improvement, the Institute for Healthcare Improvement has become a global leader in healthcare research, education and leadership development, influencing healthcare systems worldwide. Dr. Berwick's subsequent work included new rules, regulation markets for the American healthcare system. This attracted the attention of President Barack Obama and led to his appointment as administrator of the Center for Health, Medicare and Medicaid Services, a cornerstone role in one of the most ambitious healthcare reform programs in US history. And in 2013, he also stood for election as governor of Massachusetts. Across his career, Dr. Berwick has focused on the application of scientific methods and evidence-based medicine to improve quality, safety, and value in healthcare. He has authored over 200 publications and received numerous honours, including the Heinz Award for Public Policy and the Gustav Leinhardt Award from the Institute of Medicine. He is an elected member of the National Academy of Medicine and American Philosophy Society and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. A long-standing student and advisor of the UK National Health Service, Dr. Berwick authored Improving Quality in the English NHS, which led to the seminal Berwick Report following the In 2005, he was appointed Honorary Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire, the highest honour conferred by the United Kingdom on a non-British citizen. Dr. Donald Berwick's commitment to education, public service, and continual quality improvement and ethical leadership has improved the lives of millions, directly through his leadership roles and indirectly through his influence as a teacher, mentor, and advocate. Inspired by his family background and guided by his scholarship and faith, he has consistently emphasized stewardship, shared responsibility, and care for society, as he illustrated so well in his talk today with his story of his wife's Anne health challenge. President, I have no hesitation in recommending Dr. Donald Berwick for Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Thank you all. I, Donald Berwick, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws, and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavor to promote the reputation, honor, and dignity of said college. Thank you.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you an Honorary Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Congratulations.
It now gives me great pleasure to invite Professor Micheál O'Riordan, Member of Council of RCSI, to come forward and read the citation for Professor Antonino Spinelli, Professor of Surgery, Director of the General Surgery Residency Programme at Humanitas University in Milan, Director of Colo and Rectal Surgery and Co-Director of the Humanitas Inflammatory Bowel Disease Centre at the Humanitas Research Hospital in Milan, Italy.
Minister, President, Vice President, past Presidents, Members of Council, Fellows, Members and honoured guests, I am privileged to be given the honour of delivering this citation. This evening we recognise a surgeon, innovator, educator and leader whose career has profoundly shaped modern surgical practice in Europe and beyond. Professor Antonino Spinelli is the Director of the Division of Colon and Rectal Surgery and full Professor of Surgery at the Humanitas University and Humanitas Hospital in Milan, Italy. He was born in Milan and graduated with MD from the University of Milan in 2001. He spent 2 years at the Charité University of Berlin before returning to Milan to complete his surgical training. He then achieved his PhD in the University of Catania, Sicily, studying enhanced recovery protocols after colorectal surgery, before again returning to Milan as assistant professor, associate professor, and now full professor of surgery. He's a colorectal surgeon who specialises in inflammatory bowel disease and colorectal cancer, and who has driven innovation, particularly in advanced laparoscopic and robotic surgery. I was honoured to meet Professor Spinelli when we visited the Humanitas Hospital with the Irish Surgical Travellers in 2022, and at that time he delivered a superb lecture on the cutting edge of colorectal surgery to the group. His research output is prodigious. He published his first paper as a young medical student in 1998 and has gone on to publish almost 500 peer-reviewed papers in a variety of areas, particularly in minimally invasive techniques in colorectal surgery. He has a H-index currently standing at 78. He has also written numerous book chapters, particularly in inflammatory bowel disease, and has given innumerable presentations and invited lectures. He's Associate Editor of Diseases of the Colon and Rectum, as well as Journal of Anus, Rectum and Colon, and previously served as long-standing Associate Editor of Colorectal Diseases. He is one of the foremost academic leaders in his field. He's the immediate past president of the European Society of Coloproctology, having previously been General Secretary of that society. He was a board member of the Guidelines Committee of the European Crohn's and Colitis Organisation, ECHO, and is a member of numerous other international societies. He's an honorary fellow of several prestigious international surgical societies. He is heavily committed to teaching and is director of General Surgery Residency Programme at the Humanitas University. He is a dedicated family man and is accompanied this evening by his wife Lucia Caccia Domagnani, and his daughter Costanza Spinelli. Benvenuti a Dublino, or as we say in Irish, Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes. President Professor Antonino Spinelli has successfully achieved excellence in a variety of areas, both clinical and academic. He has demonstrated utmost clinical skill, creativity and surgical innovation and leadership at local, national and international level. Worldwide, he is considered to be one of the leading authorities in his field. He's an inspiration to any surgeon, young or old. President, it is my privilege to present to you Professor Antonino Spinelli, surgeon, innovator and leader, who I'm sure you will agree is worthy of the highest distinction this college has to offer, the Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
I, Antonino Spinelli, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college.
By virtue of my office as President, I admit you Honorary Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal proceedings. We'd like to invite you, our guests, to follow the outward procession into our exam hall for the Charter Day dinner. Sincere congratulations to both our Honorary Fellows. Thank you.